Hi guys, this is my first craft DIY video. I've been wanting to start doing these for a while, so I had seen a baby head staff at Spirit when I recorded my video. It's been quite a while now, and I wanted to try and make my own. So that's what this video is. I just picked up a baby doll from the thrift store for a couple of dollars, and I'm going to use the head of it in this craft, and then the hands and feet I'm going to try and make some kind of creepy crown, but we'll see how that turns out. So initially I wasn't sure what I was going to use to make my staff, like the body of the staff, like bumpy and give it some texture, and because I don't have newspaper or anything, but I realized that the stuffing of the baby would be perfect for that, so that's what I ended up doing. I didn't use all of it, I still have some left. So basically you just dismantle the baby doll and you know, take all the parts off, and then I'll be left with the head. This is my first video like this, so let me know what you guys think about the filming and you know, the speed of it and stuff. I sped it up as fast as I could in iMovie. So the one at Spirit's kind of like a flesh color, but I didn't want to do that, so I did a base coat of white, and then I did like a graphite top coat. It took me a bit to get that zip tie cut, but I finally did, and there's the doll head. I'm doing this video outside because it was our first fall-like day, and it really just was such a nice day, so that's why I was outside. So basically I just pour the paint on the doll head and you know, spread it around. I used a smaller brush so that I could get into the nooks and crannies of the ear and the eyes and nose and mouth. And so I paint this, and then you know, I allowed it to dry between, and being outside was also good because it helped it dry faster because it was a little breezy. But I just made sure that I got in all the little holes and stuff. I didn't try to be neat or anything like that. And I just, you know, painted it. I got pretty messy with it. I had paint on my hands and the table and stuff, but it's okay. It washes off, right? That's part of the fun of doing DIY, is being a little bit messy, I think. This is a costume accessory that I'm making. I won't be dressing up with a baby doll head staff, but I will put it by my candy that I'm giving out. One of my kids will probably be doing that, so I'll probably just, like, you know, put it in the ground or something like that. And I think it's like just something creepy and fun that you know, you can use, and it really was, you know, not expensive to buy the stuff for it. The staff part is a pool cue that I got for a couple of dollars at a thrift store. So, but if you have something, you know, an extra baby doll, or, and, you know, something longer that you can use for a staff, you know, then you won't have to necessarily pay for anything except for maybe the paint. So I think it's a really fun thing to do, and it didn't take long. Making sure that the video looked decent was like the hardest part. So for the pool cue, I just wrapped masking tape around it, and this masking tape came in a set of 3, I think, from Lidl. So this is the widest tape. So for the ends, I just wrapped it so I made sure that it was straight. Initially, I was going to make it so that it was just the bottom half of the pull cue, but it was pretty short. My husband held it. It didn't even like come up to his waist, so I opted to do the whole thing instead. So basically, I just used the baby stuffing to give it some texture and bulk around the pull cue, and you'll see that it does the job. It's sometimes hard to get the tape to stick around it, but, you know, I like masking tape because you can tear it with your hand and it's really quick to work with. And since I'm painting it, it doesn't really matter what it looks like because it's kind of supposed to look messy once it's done, just for texture purposes. And I just kept going so that, the whole thing was done. I didn't prep the pull cue at all. There was no need. The tape sticks fine. And I just kept going. This I think was the longest part, because this is only just still the bottom part of the cue. And, the pull cues are tapered, but thankfully it doesn't matter what it looks like at this point because it looked good at the end. I just wanted to make sure that I had most of the stuffing taped over so that it wasn't sticking out because I was afraid it would fall off, when I was painting it or after the fact, and then I didn't want to have to go back and touch things up. So you'll see that some of the tape really had a hard time sticking, but it wasn't too bad. This video had started out as more than an hour, so I really cut down a lot of the clips and sped it up, like I said, as much as I could. And so I got that done. Okay, so I skipped past the taping of the top part of the pull cue because it's the same thing as the first, the bottom half. So I'm just pouring paint on the pull cue and just painting it quickly with white. It wasn't important to me to get like all the yellow from the masking tape out of it because I think it just adds to the effect of it. I guess it's another reason why I like this DIY so much because it was easy and it didn't have to be perfect. You can kind of just do it quickly and it was fun. It was fun to make. So then I painted the baby doll head after it was dry. I painted it with a graphite, like grayish color. Looking at it after the fact, I probably should have been more neat with the painting of the gray just because, this is my final coat on the doll head. I think it kind of looks like stone once it's finished. My daughter did not agree, but she is very particular. So my attempt at being neat, I was trying to use a paper towel, but you see I gave up. I ended up with paint everywhere. And I wanted the doll eyes to stay open, or at least one of them. So I added like extra paint and stuff and was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with the eyes. And you'll see, obviously what I did at the end. So I did the same thing with the pull cue. Usually I use a paper plate to put paint on and then like dip my paintbrush. But with this, I felt like I needed, all the paint on the stuff I was painting. So that's what I did. And I just, quickly went over the pull cue with the gray paint or graphite paint. And, it only took a few minutes to do each part of the pull cue because it really doesn't matter what it looks like, I think. I don't know. Do you agree? Do you think I should have been neater with the way I painted? Okay, now I'm back on the baby doll head. I was trying to figure out what exactly I was going to do with the eyes. You can pretty much do anything you want to. Initially, I was going to try to have one of the eyeballs like the way that it was before I put paint all over it. But then I decided that putting red on it would be more like blood. So you can see how messy my hands were. I just showed you. And I was kind of worried it was going to be sticky once it dried because it was kind of tacky while I was doing this because, I put 2 coats of paint and it wasn't really completely dry yet, not fully set. But I did the other eye in golds, and I used the other end of the paintbrush because I didn't want to mix the gray and the white, and the red also, which I had already done with the same paintbrush without washing it. So I do that a lot when I DIY. I use just one paintbrush and use it for everything. And then I thought it might be fun to make it look like the doll was crying blood out of that eye, so that is what I'm doing. And I shook it around, and I tried letting just gravity take it, and tried a few different things, and it finally started to look like it was actually running down the face. So getting the blood to run like I wanted it to was quite a bit of an effort, more than I thought it was going to be. But eventually it ended up the way I liked it. So at the end, I'm going to put photos of what the staff looks like finished, and let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching. Please give me some feedback on the video.